Let's now take you live to SABC News reporter Makhala Masiteng, who's out in Bloemfontein at the Rock in the Free State. Makhala, a very good morning to you. So numbers are starting to trickle in dribs and drabs. What is the latest from your side?
Well, indeed, the clock is ticking and we can already see some of the results there on the screen. I'm told that so far 84 voting stations have been counted and reflected there on the screen. But as it is expected, of course, political parties are already here anxiously waiting to see what will be happening. Of course, it is still the early stages, but I want to bring in some of the political parties representatives that have been here. Azapo, Malefetsani Tubela, thank you very much for joining us. I see that you are waiting, you're still awake, very fresh, but there's still a long way to go. What is the mood?
No, in fact, we are excited that amongst other years, at least we have reached a year where we listen to the people. Because if you remember 1994, Azapo said don't vote. But 1999, the people of South Africa said, no, Azapo, you are failing us, please come back to the ballot box. That's when we took a decision in the conference that from 1999 henceforth we are going to participate in national election.
Talk to us about your representation in the Free State. In the past elections, we haven't really seen Azapo even making it into legislature. How are you feeling now? Do you feel that you've put enough work to ensure that you do make it to the legislature?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, we didn't perform well for the past elections since 1999. I think the most disappointed thing is most of our people who happen to be officials in the government are so afraid to publicly reveal their status as far as the organization or the political taste, because most of them have been victimized. You can go to, we've got a lot of people who work in social development. As I'm speaking to you now, their contract have been cancelled. Now some were working with the health department, their contract were terminated. So as a result, our members are afraid to come publicly. However, if you go through the history, you'll find as early as 1983, Azapo was the most popular organization in Free State. But because we didn't participate in 1994, I think that's where our scale dropped to what it is now.
I was going to say that is a very serious allegation that some of your members have been expelled, of course, because they have revealed their status. But that doesn't stop people from voting, because when they are in the box, they are alone. But we still haven't seen much of Azapo.
Yes, you are right. As you are saying, maybe our paid work was not properly invested in Free State. However, from now henceforth towards local elections, that's when we are going to start working hard to make sure that one other things that make us most unpopular in the elections is that we are saying we are going to do away with the provincial legislature so that the local legislature must receive most money that was spent. If you can check, most of the money in the Free State government are spent for elections. That is why, as Azapo, we are saying, if the provincial legislature can be scrapped, then it won't give any political party who happen to be a ruling party an advantage to use the fund that was supposed to be used for service delivery.
Well, thank you very much. We'll come back to some of the issues that you are raising, especially in terms of your plans when it comes to issues of the legislature. I want to bring in a party representative from MK just to get the sense of how they are feeling now that the counting has begun. You obviously the new kid in the block, I would say. How are you feeling?
We feel very much excited and very happy with what we are seeing. As you have already stated that already the results are coming out. But we believe that at least we are making it, in as much as we are there in the national, we are also there in the province. So we are happy with the result that we are busy seeing happening.
Do you think you have done enough to make it into the legislature?
To be honest with you, we did work very hard. We worked our ground to make sure that we do qualify to go to the legislature, and we believe that we're still going to receive more results that are better and that are very going to be exciting on our behalf.
But what do you think it's new that you will be bringing as the MK party, specifically talking to the Free State, the issues that are faced by people in the Free State?
There is much that people are facing in the Free State, as we know that even business-wise, that people are struggling, people they don't have jobs, and we want to promise our people that to say the minute that we are on power, then we're just going to see that we make difference and to change that even the environment that our people living in or living at, it's becoming a better, so that they should actually be treated with respect and with dignity.
Just lastly, are you not anxious?
I am. We are too excited and we're incensed to see that to see things happening, more especially on behalf of the MK people, to serve South Africans.
Well, that is Sandile Mabiza from MK, of course, just telling us about how they are feeling now that the counting has started. MK obviously new to this province and in the country, but also Azapo, that has been around for quite some time, but they've never made it into the legislature. Currently, of course, having the ANC, which has 19 seats in the legislature, followed by the DA with 6 seats, and then the EFF with 4 seats, as well as 1 seat for the Freedom Front Plus. So it will be interesting to see how the dynamics have changed this time around, and who will make it into the legislature come the final announcement of the results in the Free State.
All right, that is SABC News reporter Maseteng Magala there. She is stationed in Bloemfontein for us. And as we understand it, right at this moment, 0.11% of those voting districts have been completed so far. So as you understand, we've just heard from our reporter, their party representatives are still stationed at those various polling stations, keeping a very watchful eye in terms of the processing as well as the counting of the votes.